Do you know what Pecha Kucha means? If not, don't feel bad. I didn't know it either until I was asked to give a Pecha Kucha presentation. What the heck is that? Well, it is a very short presentation in which you have 20 slides with 20 seconds. That's it. Actually, it was created in 2003 by Astrid Klein and Mark Dyson, and they wanted to have a fast-paced, fun presentation format. You know, sometimes speakers can go on and on and on with their boring slides. Now, what makes this different? The Pecha Kucha presentation is you telling a story or bringing your point across, and at the same time, you have images that you share that goes along with your story. But here's the kicker. You have no control over when you click the next image. You have 20 images that you have available at 20 seconds each image, meaning it goes automatically to the next image after 20 seconds. So what does that mean? It really means that you have to know what you're talking about. You have to have it memorized. You have to be on top of it. You cannot go on forever and ever or kind of do a little detour with your thoughts. You have to be spot on. But that makes it interesting. That makes it exciting and fast-paced. I was invited to give a Pecha Kucha presentation at the Podfest Expo in Orlando the end of May. And I have not heard of it. So I thought, what is that? But I'm always up for a good challenge. And boy, it is a challenge because you have to be so on point. You have to bring your point across right on time. And it should be also interesting and fun. Now, for me as a former Toastmaster, in which we had to learn to give a presentation between 5 and 7 minutes, I said, yes, I can do this. This is so much fun. With that said, I would like to give you a few tips. If you've ever been asked to give a Pecha Kucha presentation or Pecha Kucha, some say Pecha Kucha, some say Pecha Kucha, it is pronounced Pecha Kucha in Japanese, from what I've learned. You say it as you like. All right, how do we start? Of course, you have to know the topic first that you want to talk about. Then you write it out. And you kind of feel the timing. Then, once you have it written out, you take your phone and you time it. If you see, it's way too long, you cut. The next thing is you look for images that will enhance your talk, that will support what you want to bring across. Again, 20 seconds. Now, if you share a story and it's more than 20 seconds, feel free to double up your image. It can be. You can use one image if you want to, really, but it makes it more interesting to have different images, obviously. But to give you an example, I am sharing a story about a famous person, and that story is longer than 20 seconds. So I just doubled up the slides. So basically it's the same slide for 40 seconds, right? Now, then what you want to do is, once you have your slides, I created my slides on Canva because you can actually pick a video presentation and you can choose the time for each slide. So of course, in this case, if you do a Pecha Kucha presentation, choose 20 seconds. Then I downloaded the whole presentation as an MP4 video format. Boom. Now I have it on my computer Then you press start and the video begins. Now you take your text, your script, and read it first of all, right? Because that is a good way to see, ooh, I'm totally off here or I'm totally over there, and you can adjust your text. If you see you need more time for that slide, put a little bit more in, or less time, cut things out. Once you nailed it, then you memorize your script. Once you have your script memorized, you press start again and you see your video presentations. Now you can also get a feel for it. Do I need to speak faster on this slide? Do I need to slow down on the other slide? So it could also happen that throughout the creation of your talk, you found out that, I rather need another slide here. It would make more sense. So you have the flexibility when you create that. But once you have your slides finalized, you have your text finalized, your talk finalized, now it's just a matter of practicing it. Now, here are a couple tips that I want to give you, a couple things you want to avoid. Number one, make sure you have time planned in for audience reaction, especially if it's a funny presentation. The audience may laugh, and that takes away a few seconds. Number two, nervousness that will come when you go on stage. You may have to think about a few seconds, what's my next segment? So you want to plan that in. Now, number three, give your presentation to a friend, to a family member, or to someone to give you feedback before you go on stage. That way, you can also fill in if somebody is reacting, or you may stopped here and there because you got nervous, because now you are presenting it in front of someone. That is a good way to practice. Obviously, if you give this presentation on Zoom and you pre-record your presentation, of course, you have your text right in front of you. But if you do your presentation on a live stage, you need to memorize it. You don't want to have your face down on the script. It doesn't look good. It doesn't make you look good as speaker. All right, I hope this was helpful to you. And if so, please give me a like. And if you have a question, any question, you can put your question in the comment and I sure will answer it. And of course, if you don't want to miss another episode, hit the subscribe and the little bell and you will be notified when I upload a new video. Until I see you again, always remember, serve from the heart, follow your passion, and live the life you imagine.